Welcome, grade 9 students at St. Paul American School Clark, to this explainer. Today, we're going to build your ultimate decoder's toolkit for reading and media. Whether you're tackling a really tough academic text packed with technical vocabulary, or you're just scrolling through a feed full of ads trying to sell you something, you need the right tools to uncover the true meaning.
Here's our cognitive roadmap for today. We'll be moving through our lesson objectives, decoding words in context, analyzing persuasive media, walking through a media deconstruction model, doing a few checks for understanding, and then finishing up with a core concepts recap. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Lesson Objectives. By the end of this explainer, you're going to master 3 absolutely critical concepts. You'll understand how to use specialized and technical vocabulary, you'll be able to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words and phrases on the fly, and you'll apply those exact same analytical skills to deconstruct persuasive media. Basically, we're giving you the tools to be a sharp, independent consumer of information.
Okay, moving to Section 2, decoding words in context. We're going to kick things off at the microscopic level. Unfamiliar words can feel like hitting a total roadblock when you're reading. But here's a secret. You don't always need to drop everything and grab a dictionary. Authors actually leave breadcrumbs for you on purpose. A context clue is just a word or phrase located right there in the same sentence, or maybe the one next to it, that helps you decipher what that unknown word means.
And you can actually categorize these clues to make them easier to spot. There are 6 major types you're going to run into. A definition clue is super direct, using words like is defined as. A synonym clue offers a similar word, often tucked between dashes. A contrast clue gives you the opposite meaning, triggering off words like but or however. Then we've got example clues, experience clues where you bring in your own background knowledge, and adjacent clues where the author just spills the explanation over into the next sentence.
Let's look at a quick worked example. Say you're reading this sentence. Lions are solitary creatures that prefer to hunt alone, but hyenas are gregarious creatures that hunt in packs. Now let's pretend you have absolutely no idea what gregarious means. Look at the word but. That's your contrast clue. The sentence is directly contrasting lions, which hunt alone, with hyenas. So logic tells us gregarious has to mean the exact opposite of solitary. It means tending to group together. Boom! You just decoded a technical word without a dictionary.
Now for Section 3, analyzing persuasive media.
Let's zoom out to the macroscopic level. Just like authors choose specific words as clues, media makers use very specific techniques to influence how you think and feel. Aristotle actually identified 2 of the most powerful persuasion tools over 2,000 years ago. First is pathos. Pathos targets your heart. It uses vivid imagery, intense stories, or emotionally charged language to make you feel something, maybe sadness, anger, or even joy. On the flip side, we have logos. Logos targets your rational brain. It relies strictly on clear, logical connections, statistics, and cold, hard facts, while completely avoiding logical fallacies. The third ancient tool is ethos. Ethos basically asks the question, why should I trust you? A media maker uses ethos to prove they have the credibility, authority, and qualifications to be talking about an issue. If you're reading an article about a new vaccine and it's written by a top immunologist citing a reputable hospital, well, that is a massive appeal to ethos. Beyond those 3 core appeals, modern advertisers have developed some highly specific, borderline sneaky tactics. Take association. This is where they link a product with something you already desperately want, like beauty, success, or freedom, to create an emotional transfer. You literally associate your good feelings with their brand. Then there's the simple solution. Life is complicated, right? That causes anxiety. So an ad might tell you that simply buying their brand of deodorant will magically make you popular and successful. It completely ignores reality just to offer you a very tempting, easy fix.
Section 4, Media Deconstruction Model. Let's see this in action.
We are going to apply this language of persuasion directly by analyzing a real piece of media. This is where we separate the physical reality of an ad from its hidden agenda. In media literacy, the text isn't just words in a book, it is literally everything you see and hear. In this famous Got Milk ad, the explicit text is exactly this: a black and white photo of the successful musician Sheryl Crow holding a glass of milk in a room with a guitar case. We physically see the phrase rock hard, and we see a paragraph of text making specific claims about milk, nutrients, and weight loss. That is the manifest text. It's identical for anyone who looks at the page.
But here's where it gets interesting. The subtext. This is the intended meaning created in your mind. The creators are layering persuasion techniques on top of each other here. They use ethos by featuring a highly successful, recognizable musician. Why Sheryl Crow? Because they want you to trust her authority. They use the association technique by explicitly linking this plain glass of milk with a rock-hard, attractive rock star lifestyle. And finally, they sprinkle in some logos down on that fine print, citing scientific studies about nutrients to make your logical brain feel good about the purchase.
All right, Section 5, checks for understanding. Time to see what's stuck.
You've learned some powerful tools today, so let's make sure we've got them dialed in. First, a quick myth bust. When a teacher says analyze the text, your brain probably instantly pictures a novel. But remember, in media literacy, the reality is that the text includes the written words, the spoken words, the pictures, the sound effects, and even how all those things are arranged on a screen. The subtext is what you interpret from all that.
Now for a quick formative check to test your memory on our Greek terms. If a media message uses facts, hard numbers, scientific evidence, and clear logical connections to convince you of something, which specific strategy are they using?
If you said logos, you hit the nail on the head. You can officially spot an appeal to the rational mind. Just remember, pathos is for your feelings, ethos is for credibility, and logos is for your logic.
Finally, Section 6, Core Concepts Recap. Let's quickly review the core concepts we've mastered in this explainer. You've seriously upgraded your analytical toolkit today. You now have the skills to decode specialized vocabulary on the fly using context clues like definitions and contrasts. You also know how to step way back and critically deconstruct any persuasive media by separating the literal text from the hidden subtext. And you can easily spot when a creator is throwing pathos, logos, ethos, or association at you to influence your decisions.
I want to leave you with this one final thought to take out into the real world. You are literally bombarded by thousands of media messages every single day. The next time an ad pops up on your screen, I challenge you. Don't just scroll past it. Stop for 5 seconds and ask yourself, what is the true subtext here? And exactly which tools are they using to try and persuade me? When you start looking at media through the lens of text, subtext, and persuasion, you will be amazed at the hidden messages you uncover. Thanks for joining me for this Explainer Grade 9. Keep questioning, keep analyzing, and I will see you next time.